Welcome to Understanding Depression, where we explore the many layers of mental health with empathy, clarity, and care. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into something many people are curious about: natural ways to manage depression. While therapy and medication are essential and life-saving for many, there's also increasing interest in holistic lifestyle-based tools that support mental well-being. These are strategies that can be used alongside professional help, or in some cases, as preventive steps when you're feeling low. This episode is not about quick fixes or magical solutions. Depression is complex, and no one approach fits all. But by understanding how the mind and body are connected, we can begin to build habits that nurture emotional resilience over time. So let's walk through some evidence-based natural ways to support your mental health. One of the most underestimated tools in managing depression is the power of routine. Depression often strips away structure. Days can blur together. Getting out of bed feels pointless. But having even a basic routine, something as simple as waking up at the same time every day or eating 3 meals, can create a sense of stability. Why does this matter? Because our brain thrives on rhythm. Consistent patterns help regulate the body's internal clock, our circadian rhythm, which affects mood, energy, and sleep. Even small routines signal safety to the nervous system. They say, "You're okay. There's order." This doesn't mean your day has to be hyper-productive. It's about building anchors. Wake, nourish, move, connect, rest. Start small. Choose one area, like making your bed each morning, and build from there. You've probably heard the phrase "you are what you eat," but when it comes to depression, this takes on new meaning. Science now shows a strong link between gut health and mental health. The gut produces up to 90% of the body's serotonin, a key neurotransmitter involved in mood regulation. A poor diet can contribute to inflammation and disrupt the balance of bacteria in the gut, which may worsen depressive symptoms. On the other hand, nutrient-rich foods can support brain health. Some mood-supportive foods include leafy greens and colorful vegetables, omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish, chia seeds, flax seeds, fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, or sauerkraut, whole grains, nuts and seeds. Avoiding ultra-processed foods, sugary drinks, and excess caffeine may also reduce mood swings. This isn't about strict dieting, it's about supportive nourishment. Eat in ways that help your brain function better and your body feel cared for. It's not a myth. Exercise really does help with depression. And no, you don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Studies consistently show that regular physical activity can reduce symptoms of mild to moderate depression. Movement releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that boost mood. It also increases levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which supports brain plasticity and healing. What's important is finding a form of movement that feels doable and even enjoyable. That could be a 10-minute walk outside, dancing in your room, gentle yoga, or stretching, riding a bike, swimming, or gardening. It's okay to start with just a few minutes a day. The key is consistency and kindness. Every step counts. Our bodies were designed to live in connection with nature. Unfortunately, many of us spend our days indoors, in front of screens. Sunlight isn't just nice, it's essential. It helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, supports vitamin D production, and can have antidepressant effects. Even 15 to 30 minutes of morning light can make a difference. If you live in a region with limited daylight, especially in winter, consider light therapy lamps as a helpful tool. Spending time in green spaces, like parks, forests, or even gardens, has been shown to reduce stress, lower cortisol, and elevate mood. This is sometimes called ecotherapy or green therapy. If you can, try to make time each week to step outside, unplug, and reconnect with the natural world, even if it's just a walk around your block. Depression and sleep have a complicated relationship. Poor sleep can make depression worse, and depression can disrupt sleep. That's why sleep hygiene, your habits around sleep, is a vital tool in natural mental health care. Tips for better sleep include going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, avoiding screens 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, creating a dark, cool, quiet sleep environment, limiting caffeine and alcohol, especially in the evening, using your bed only for sleep, not work or worry. And rest doesn't just mean sleep. Rest also includes pausing, unplugging, and giving your nervous system time to settle. Honor your need for rest without guilt. Healing takes energy. Your breath is always with you. It's a free, powerful tool for calming the mind. Practices like mindfulness meditation, deep breathing, and body scans have been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. They help shift you out of fight or flight mode and into a more grounded, present state. Start small. Even just 2 minutes of mindful breathing can change how you feel. There are many free apps and videos that guide you through mindfulness practices. You can also try journaling as a form of mindful reflection. This isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about noticing them and learning to relate to them differently. Depression often silences the voice inside us. That's why creative expression can be so healing. Whether it's writing, painting, playing music, or crafting, creativity allows emotions to move and be witnessed, without judgment. You don't have to be talented. This isn't about results. It's about release. Let your inner world speak. Color it, shape it, sing it. You may be surprised what comes out. Art therapy is a recognized form of treatment for a reason. It gives voice to what words sometimes cannot express. Isolation is both a symptom and a cause of depression. Reaching out can feel impossibly hard, but connection is essential. This doesn't mean you need a huge social circle. 1 or 2 safe, supportive people can make a world of difference. You can also explore support groups, online or in person. Talking to others who understand your experience can be profoundly validating. And don't underestimate the power of small acts of connection. Texting a friend, chatting with a neighbor, or volunteering can all support your emotional health. We're wired to connect. You're not meant to do this alone. Depression often drains life of meaning. It whispers d'être nos signes-metteurs. But humans need purpose. We need to feel that we belong, that we matter, that we're part of something greater. Finding meaning doesn't always come from big revelations. Sometimes it's found in helping others, in caring for a pet, in growing a garden, or in working towards something slowly over time. Even the act of healing itself, of choosing to keep going, can become a kind of purpose. Your pain doesn't define you, and your life can still hold beauty, even in the midst of struggle. While natural methods can be powerful, it's important to remember that they're not a substitute for professional care, especially if your depression is severe, persistent, or interfering with daily life. Therapists, doctors, and mental health professionals are there to help. Reaching out is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of courage. You deserve support, and there are many kinds of therapy, medications, and approaches out there. If one doesn't work, keep trying. Healing is not linear, but it is possible. So, those are just some of the many natural ways to support your mental health while living with depression. From routine to rest, food to friendship, breath to creativity. These tools may seem small, but over time, they can help you feel more grounded, more connected, and more hopeful. Thank you for listening to Understanding Depression. If this episode resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone who might need it. You never know whose life you might touch. And above all, be gentle with yourself. You're doing your best, and that is more than enough.